spirit knows, my higher self knows that I'm not gonna get it and I'm not gonna understand it if it ain't got a little drama in there. What is good, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Autumn, and it is my intention with this video and any video that I make to help strengthen you in your I am and to help you realize your manifestations. All right, you guys, so I have a good video for you today. It is based off of something that happened to me a couple of days ago, and I really want to talk about it. A few videos back that I made, I talked to you guys about how everything in your reality, and I mean everything and everyone is co-creating with you in your experience of your I am, meaning that everything and everyone that is in your life or shows up in your reality helps you to play the role of your I am. And so I'm going to tell you about a story that happened to me a few days ago. About 2 days ago, I woke up early and it kind of was like on the wrong side of the bed. You know, those days when you wake up where there's just like a series of unfortunate events that happens that kind of feels like you just like one thing after another. It was one of those days. So I got up early and I knew I had a meeting with my realtor and I had some things that I wanted to do. So I got up early. I took the dogs out. One of them gets in the house and she like has a poop explosion on my floor, so I have to clean that. I get it on me, and so I have to get back in the shower. And then after that, my coffee pot broke, so I couldn't get coffee. So I was just real irritable. And on top of that, when I was going to get coffee, I decided I was going to go to the gas station to get coffee because I just needed a moment. So I went to the gas station to get coffee, and on my way, my realtor had to reschedule. So I was just having one of those days where the whole morning basically fell apart. But I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go get gas and coffee and then take a little drive around and it will be okay. So I get to the gas station and I go in, and if you ever have been to a QT or have a QT, I love their coffee because they usually have different type of coffees, or like every few months they have like a new coffee that you can try. So when I got in, I went to the coffee bar and I saw that they had this coffee, or it was like a latte, and it was called birthday cake and it said celebration on it. And it just caught my eye for some reason, and I was like, ooh, that sounds good. I'm gonna get that. Like maybe today will be a celebration. So I got that in order to pick myself up. I got the coffee. I went back to my car, put the gas in the car. So as I'm pumping gas in my car, I noticed like two moving trucks like in front of me, like they're parked in front of me. So I will have to back out once I get in my car because the two moving trucks were like one right here and then one right here. I'm behind it pumping my gas, right? So once I get into my car to leave, I go to back up, and then there's another moving truck that is coming right behind me to stop for a moment to let this other car pass. And I got so irritated for a minute that I was just like, what is going on today? Like, why is everyone blocking me? Why are these moving trucks blocking me? But then in an instant, I caught myself because as I looked in the rear view mirror, I read on the top of the truck, the moving truck that was behind me, they had a tagline on it. So I turned around and I read it, and then it said on it, celebration movers. And then the little tagline said, moving on to greater. And it literally just clicked in my head. I was like, you know what? Like, it literally just dawned on me that although things were happening with my realtor in the morning, kind of like snowballed into this thing that I almost got pushed out of my state. I actually did get pushed out of my state for a second, the state that I wanted to be in, the state where everything was just going the way that I wanted it to go. So I got pushed out for a minute, and that was the universe's way of pulling me back into it. That of course that day I couldn't go see my dream home. I couldn't do the things that I wanted to do, but the universe was letting me know, like, hey, before you get upset, like the coffee was like a celebration, and then the celebration movers, the place was called Celebration Movers. It was just like I was being led by my intuition to still celebrate, to still be in the moment, to still have that thanks that things are working out in the way that is best for me. Even if I can't see it, I am moving on to greater. So I took that opportunity to just sit there and I just laughed as I'm drinking the coffee, and I just bring myself back to a state where I am excited to be moving on to a greater. I'm excited to be in my dream house. I'm back to the state that I was when I initially woke up. And it made me realize that my feelings in that moment were not facts. Because sometimes we think that our feelings have to turn out to be fact. I literally that day was just not feeling it at that point. I was just annoyed. But if I was not consciously aware that my reality was reflecting back to me what I actually wanted to see, I could have got caught up in that moment and missed what the universe was really trying to show me, that it doesn't matter the way that I'm feeling right now, I still get what I want. I could have just as well easily played into it and then went into this whole thing saying that I'm not getting what I want, and it would have passed my mind that those trucks that were in front of me and the truck that was behind me was actually a moving truck, being a signal showing me that my manifestation is already here, even if it's not at my very fingertips in this moment that I actually am moving. It is on the way. So the universe is letting me know, like, hey, just because things didn't work out for you today in the way that you want it, you're still getting what you want. Get back into the state and stay there. It just made me realize how much my feelings at that moment were not fact. So I really wanted to let you guys know that it is so easy for us to fall out of a state, and depending what we place meaning on. This is the other thing. I made a video a while back about how we are the ones that give anything meaning. That literally snapped me back into where I was. Like, it instilled a confidence in me that I still was on the right path no matter what my 3D reality was showing me in that moment. And if I would have let my ego take over and get upset at everything that was happening, you know, I never would have been met with that circumstance or that, you know, moment to realize that life is really just a movie playing out, and those movers needed to be there, and I needed to go get that celebration coffee to realize that I am where I need to be in this moment. So I also wanted to talk about it from a movie point of view, because we do know that reality is not real. And that's what made me realize that the reality in our mind, imagination, is the true reality. And it made me just realize again that our 3D reality is not necessarily real. It made me realize, and I just laughed because I was like, this is not real. This is something that is not real. And life is going to be made up any way that we want it to be, any way that we pay attention to, anything that we are aware of. I could have had a totally different awareness that day, and it could have just threw me down a path that I did not want to go on. But I literally caught myself and I was like, wait, like, my awareness is that I am that person that gets what she wants, that I am wealthy, that I'm abundant, that I live an amazing life. And it just pulled me back in that direction. So it made me think about how I like to watch movies and the type of movies I like to watch. So pay attention to what I'm getting ready to say. I want you to think about the type of movies you like to watch. For me, my favorite type of movies are suspense and drama filled movies. I like a little bit of drama. I love suspense. I love being like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen next? And so, seeing as life is a movie, this was exactly the way that my life has been playing out. And I could think of every single manifestation that has come into my life has come by way in the same way that I love to watch movies. There's always drama, there's always suspense, and then just when you think the shoe is about to drop, my manifestation always comes in. So it made me think about it, and I'm like, if life just went smooth all the time, I could not have the experience as I am that makes it more fulfilling to me to see my reality come into play. Spirit knows, my higher self knows that I'm not gonna get it and I'm not gonna understand it if it ain't got a little drama in there, if it ain't a little bit of twists and turns, if it's not a whole storyline that's like, oh my gosh. It's happening for me to play out my I am and to get to experience my I am in the way that I like to experience it. So think about the type of movies that you like to to watch. For those of you who love comedy, there may be things in your reality that you could actually laugh at, or things that if you laughed at, you would get that the universe is showing you in a way that you relate to. And for those of you girls who love them scary movies and them horror movies, some things may happen that may be a little like scary or get your heart like thrill, or a thriller, or whatever it is that you like. Those things may happen for you to like be in that moment and be like, oh my gosh, that was so crazy. But when your manifestation comes through, like it's like so amazing, and it's just the way that you like it. I hope this is making sense. That for me just really solidified the fact that my feelings in that moment were not fact. If I did not allow them to be, if I did not want them to be, I still had the conscious decision to choose what I wanted at the end of the day, to choose to place the meaning that I wanted on whatever was going on. And so this is why it's so important to be aware of what you're thinking, aware of being whatever state that you are in at any given moment, because it's so easy to let the 3D knock us off of our path. But if we are always aware, the universe is always sending us little signs, always sending little things that happen to us. Like it's like a whisper. It's like, hey, 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 like this is not to upset you, but I'm actually still showing you that even though this didn't play out the way you wanted, I'm still showing you that you are on the way to getting what you want, that it's here now. So you guys, I just really wanted to share that with you, because life is literally a movie, and it's not for real. It's really unserious. Like I made this video, I'll link it up here, but life itself is so unserious. It really is. If there was not a little bit of drama or a little bit of suspense in my life as the storyline played out, and if everything came to me in the way that I was just like so consistently with everything working out exactly the way that I wanted, I would not be able to experience my life and my reality and the story that I want to play out in a way that satisfies me deeply. I hope that makes sense, you guys. So I want you to think about that next time you are going through something and it seems like it's not going to happen. Think about the type of movies you like to watch. Think of how you like to be, engaged, how your senses like to be engaged with this reality. All right? So you guys, I love you so much. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you want to work with me one-on-one, all the information is down below, and I want you guys to know that imagination is on your side, and I am too. Bye.